Hey guys, this girl got game. Welcome back to Never Forget Me. We had a rough start with Aaron. We had a wonderful time with Eddie last time. And now it's Lawrence's turn, so let's see what his route brings to us this time around. Play. Scene 1. Action! We had the same bedroom that we did with Eddie. My tired eyes flutter open, irritated by the dim slits of light peeking past the closed blinds. What time is it? Speaking of, before I start this, what was the ending we had with Lawrence? I think we wrote poetry together, but I was more successful than him, something like that. Can't remember quite. I stretch my arm across the length of the queen-size bed, only to find that the other half is cold and empty. I know that Lawrence is an early riser, but you'd think that even he would want to sleep in after getting in so late last night. Lawrence and I just returned from our honeymoon in Paris, and due to time changes and delayed flights, we didn't arrive home until around 2 in the morning. Okay, this is like real early on in the marriage. A wistful yet still exhausted smile forms on my face as I recall the trip. Lawrence and I toured the Notre Dame Cathedral's halls, oohing and awing at the intricate Gothic architecture. Nearby was La Sainte-Chapelle, where we were able to view the world's most extensive display of stained glass, and later hear the Orchestre Paris Classique's performance of Vivaldi's Four Seasons. When we weren't touring old stuffy churches, we simply walked around the historic city, occasionally sharing a crepe from a street vendor. While I did try pâté and escargot on one occasion, Lawrence proved to be less adventurous than I, so we mostly ate fruit from street markets and sampled different sweets from various patisseries. I rubbed my abdomen thoughtfully, aware of the fact that it's more swollen now than before the trip. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I gained weight. It's because you're happy. The smell of pancakes wafts into the room, spurring me out of bed. But wait, is that just my imagination? Oh. Speaking, I don't know why. That just reminded me of my general tips for this route. I'm completely lost. I guess it's really late here and I'm not focusing very well, am I? Apologies. My general tips for Lawrence are: be patient with him and his mother. Spoiler alert. I guess we're gonna meet his mother. But do not confide in our mother-in-law. Be honest with him and not too pushy, but a little is fine. So here we go. I was, after all, just thinking about food. And besides, Lawrence hasn't even attempted to cook since that one time, and that ended rather badly. The local fire department and I both agreed that anything beyond toaster pastries or microwave ramen was just too much for him to handle. I think his apartment complex's office manager even revised his lease, making Lawrence agree to never cook in the apartment again. The manager was pretty upset, and understandably so. I mean, how Lawrence managed to melt large portions of the countertop and the linoleum flooring whilst making scrambled eggs is beyond me, but I digress. Well, considering I don't think we've ever been that great of a cook in either of the other routes. Especially in Eddie's, though. I roused from bed, figuring that if he is actually cooking, I'd better get in there to supervise him. Burning down our apartment wouldn't be the best start to this blossoming marriage. Heh heh. Groggily, I stumble into the kitchen, wearing only my underwear and Lawrence's ill-fitting writing window t-shirt. He had submitted a poem to the National Children's Writing Contest in his youth and won honorable mention, meriting him an oversized t-shirt. Lawrence? Put the spatula down. It's for your own good. Okay, I was gonna say, either Lawrence changed a lot or what? The cook turns around, but it's not my wispy husband wielding the spatula. No, instead it's his mother, Monica. She eyes me condescendingly, then tightens her jaw to create a scrutinizing look. Good morning, Amy. She doesn't even attempt to mask her disdain. I pause, petrified by her stare and the horror of the moment. Please, God, let this be one of those dreams where you realize that you forgot to wear pants to work or school or whatever, and then you wake up, laugh, and wonder if you might secretly long to be a nudist. Is this really happening? I'm afraid so, dear. Oh, okay, well please excuse me while I go hang myself. Monica's frown deepens, as she's clearly not amused by my morbid humor. And by that, I mean go put on some pants. Yay. Nervously, I go back to the bedroom and rummage through the dresser, trying to find the most modest pair of pants I own. I toss aside a pair of flimsy cotton sleep shorts to reveal a baggy pair of sweatpants. These'll do nicely. I slide on the comfortable pants, marveling at how unflattering they are. What on earth is Monica doing here? I wonder as I blankly observe my appearance in the mirror. I rub my fingers through my hair in an unsuccessful attempt to style it, but eventually give up. I accept that I have no shred of dignity left and dejectedly trudge back into the kitchen. Well, Lawrence, I love your shirt, but what is your mom doing here the day after we get back from our honeymoon? Ah, the elusive Lawrence has finally graced us with his presence. I spot him at the table ferociously guzzling down his mother's food. He wipes a stray drop of maple syrup from his chin before noticing me.
Amy.
He beams boyishly and then, apparently sensing my irritation, reddens.
I knew that we'd be getting in late, so I asked my mom to come over and make us breakfast. I figured we'd be tired. I hope that's all right.
Of course, sweetie. I plaster on a phony smile, figuring we can discuss this later after Monica has left. Lawrence shoves the last bit of pancake into his mouth, then abruptly stands and places his dish in the sink.
I've got to go now.
You're opening the shop today, sweetie, but you look so tired.
Lawrence smiles sheepishly at his mother.
I know, but there's still work to be done.
Monica lets out a doting "Aw" before kissing him on the cheek. When I stand and lean in to kiss him, however, he shies away. His eyes dart back and forth from me to Monica as if to say, "Not in front of my mom." Lawrence! So she can kiss you, but your own wife can't? Okay, cool. Whatever. This is gonna be fun times. Lawrence gathers his things and then scurries out the door, leaving me alone with Monica. Well, it was very nice of you to come over and make us breakfast, but I'm sure you have other things to do.
Actually, no, I don't.
I groan inwardly. Monica, that's code for get the heck out before I strangle you. Can't you take a hint? She pours herself a cup of coffee and sits down at the table with me, presumably wanting to make small talk. Oh, geez.
So, have you two talked about kids yet?
Choking my bite of pancake. Whoa, straight to the point. Not really.
Well, your biological clock is ticking. It's better to start early rather than later. Less likely to have deformities, you see.
Blink. She's expecting kids, and we haven't even... I sigh thinking about the situation. Have you not done the deed? When Lawrence and I were dating, we never... I mean, he would always tense up and become uncomfortable if I became too affectionate. So naturally, nothing too intimate ever happened. Though it was frustrating, I chalked it up to religious matters. That's always what it is, isn't it? Maybe he grew up being taught that that was wrong outside of marriage. Teach their own, I guess. But I figure that after we were married, if he's still uncomfortable with it even now, then there's clearly something wrong. Agitated, I avert my eyes only to be met with Monica's penetrating stare. She knows that something's up. Honestly, I would like to know more about Lawrence. He still hasn't totally opened up to me about his past, and I feel like there's so much more to him than what I know. Maybe something happened that's preventing him from... you know... things? If that's the case, then Monica would be the best person to talk to aside from Lawrence. Oh, talking to your mother-in-law about this, though? No, I don't know. You guys aren't even that close. But do I really want to share this with her? I mean, ew. She's his mom, for crying out loud. Ugh, what should I do? We are not going to confess. Don't confide in your mother-in-law. Well, we just got married, so give it a little more time. Trust me, I want to have kids too, but I believe that when the time is right, it'll just happen. It usually takes businesses a couple of years to get out of the red, so for now we're stretched pretty thin. And studies show that stress makes it harder to conceive, so I might not be able to get pregnant until the shop is doing better. Do we still have the ice cream shop then? Financially speaking, it would be better that way, don't you think? Monica pauses for a moment, mulling over my answer. Finally, she appears to understand, but that doesn't stop her from spewing criticism.
Well, if that's the case, wouldn't you be of more use helping Lawrence out in the ice cream parlor, rather than scribbling those rhymes of yours?
I grit my teeth. If you want grandkids so bad, maybe you should leave Lawrence and I alone. It's pretty hard to conceive with you breathing down our necks all of the time. However, deciding that it's best not to offend my new mother-in-law, I sputter out the type of response I know she wants to hear. Thank you for your advice, Monica. It's unbelievably difficult to get the words out. Each and every time I compliment Monica, I think a little piece of me dies on the inside. Monica grins smugly and pats me on the hand. Poor Amy.
Glad to be of help, dear.
Monica finally left, but not without insisting that she dust the place first. While inspecting the apartment, she muttered something along the lines of,
"Oh my goodness, have you ever dusted? This looks terrible. Did your mother not teach you how to dust?"
We were away! When was I supposed to dust? I think she uttered a few more comments in passing, but by that point I had tuned her out completely and was imagining a world in which she was born mute. Oh, how I longed to live in that world. Part of that world. I plopped down on the couch, thoroughly exhausted by the day's events. As I recline, I can't help but wonder about Lawrence. Is something preventing him from consummating? Why won't he talk to me about it? I hate to bring it up because I don't want to seem like I'm pressuring him, but come on. This isn't normal. Although there's a lot more to marriage than just the physical connection, it certainly plays an important part. This needs to be sorted out, otherwise I worry that our relationship will become stagnant, and I love Lawrence too much to let that happen. Well, this is a very interesting challenge we have ahead of us. Okay, so Lawrence's stat is culture again. So, what's culture? Decorate is romantic. The ice cream parlor is diligence. Writing poetry is creative. And going to the theater is culture, so we'll fill our first week with going to the theater. I saw a 3-act play and was riveted during its entirety, despite the runtime being 4 hours. 4 hours! Saw Little Ladies and left feeling so inspired. Though the heroine wasn't a poet, I related to her in so many ways. A poet? Alright. Our current goal is 555. Okay. Lawrence is so kind to me. I want to be the best wife that I can possibly be for him. That's nice. Okay, well, let's do poetry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And romance 1, 2. Great. I'm really happy with what I just wrote. I think it might be my greatest poem ever. Whoa. Sometimes writing poetry is difficult and painful, but I always feel better having written. Well, that's good. Tweaking the decorations around the apartment every once in a while really reinvigorates me. Nice. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And ice cream parlor? Diligence, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I tried to make a seasonal door wreath that I saw on the internet, but it doesn't look the same at all. Those Pinterest things just never work out. My shoulders hurt from scooping ice cream. Ow. 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 Okay. One more ice cream, and then we're going to go to the theater. Start. Ow. I had to leave the theater during intermission because the chairs were so uncomfortable. It's because you're so tired. Good thing that doesn't negatively affect anything. Oops, I didn't want to do that again. Oh well. I goofed a little. Scene dos. Aw, I'm still working here. I've missed this outfit though. I'm glad to see that again. I bend over and lift a tub of triple berry swirl from the cooler beneath the station, then swap it out for the empty one in the refrigerated display case. It's a holiday today and students have the day off to celebrate. No school equals more sales in this business. Tired parents drag their little ones to our shop, eager to get out of the house. There's a park nearby, so many parents let their children play there afterwards, and then lug them home in the minivan after they've tired themselves out. Today is especially busy, since it's also sweltering outside. Lawrence, okay, bye. I'm manning the cash register and occasionally restocking while Lawrence slides across the screen and takes orders and scoops the ice cream. Normally I'm in the back room trying to write. Yeah, I might occasionally make a shift schedule or a prep list or two, but my full-time job is poetry. I'm so thankful that Lawrence respects that. In turn, I respect him and his work by helping out on these unusually hectic days. I enter in yet another order, then inform the customer that their total is $6.17. Who are you people? Hello. This is rather interesting. Rather than absent-mindedly handing me their card to swipe, however, this particular customer appears outraged.
$6 for 2 ice cream cones? That's outrageous! I'm not paying that!
Well, sir, we can't just scoop the ice cream back into the tub. I eye his children as I say this, seeing that they've already gleefully started licking their frozen treats.
You're robbers, that's what you are. Taking advantage of struggling families with little kids.
Sir, with all due respect, we didn't force you to buy our ice cream, and our prices are clearly displayed on our menu. I gestured to the large board hanging behind me, listing all of our flavors and prices in large, colorful print. Agitated, the man then turns around and starts shouting at the other customers.
Don't buy their ice cream. They're rude and all they want is your money. Take your business elsewhere.
What is wrong with this dude? Is he high? I notice that Lawrence is eyeing us uncomfortably, unsure what to do. He's trying to carry on with business as usual, asking customers what flavor they'd like, but our other patrons are too distracted by the display to answer. This needs to stop now. I step out from behind the counter and enter the dining area to calm the man down. The man who is wearing a 3-piece suit, I'd like to add, who's complaining about $6 for ice cream. Sir, please calm down. Let's step in the office and talk about this, okay? I'm willing to give him the ice cream for free. I mean, it's only $6. However, I don't want to tell him that in front of the other customers. We don't need to send the message that unruliness is rewarded here. The man instead ignores me and continues to shout in an ill-mannered way. I grab his arm in an attempt to lead him to the back room and away from the other customers. Whoop! Instinctively, he jerks his arm away with such force that it causes me to lose my balance and fall backwards right on my tailbone. I stand up slowly, rubbing my rump as I do. Gah, falling on your tailbone is the worst. It's like hitting your funny bone, but instead of it being in your elbow, that bone is in your butt, and you know what? Never mind, it just hurts, alright? Y'all know. After seeing that I'm hurt, Lawrence finally decides to step in. He sheepishly makes his way over to us and gives me a look, seemingly asking if I'm okay. I offer a weak smile, signifying that I'm alright, just in a lot of pain.
I apologize, sir. Don't worry about paying. Just enjoy your ice cream.
Lawrence fiddles with his hands awkwardly, unsure what to do next. The angry customer appears somewhat sorry for hurting me, but his pride prevents him from saying so.
Well, good.
He storms out, followed by his 2 bewildered children, undoubtedly confused and scared by what they just witnessed. After they're gone, Lawrence turns to me with genuine concern in his eyes.
Are you okay? How badly are you hurt? You don't need to go to the hospital, do you?
I frown, still rubbing my behind. Quit catastrophizing. I just fell on my tailbone. It hurts, but it'll be okay.
Oh, good. I was so worried.
Tell Lawrence he handled the situation well, or criticize Lawrence for apologizing. I said be honest with him, though. I mean, that guy was the worst. Sorry, Lawrence. I'm gonna have to go with this. You were worried about me? Really? It sure didn't look like it. Leaving me to deal with that jerkwad while you stood on the sidelines and just watched? Yeah, thanks for your concern. And did you seriously apologize to that guy? What the heck, Lawrence? You should have made him apologize to me. He pushed me down, for goodness sakes. I could have called the cops.
Well, technically you grabbed him and he jerked away, causing you to fall. He didn't really push you.
Oh, wrong thing to say, buddy-o. I close my eyes and rub my temples. I cannot believe what I'm hearing. A man attacks me and you're defending him?
Amy, I think you're overreacting.
No, you're underreacting. Is that even a word? I don't know. I'm a writer, so I should know. I'm so angry that I can't even speak proper English anymore. Look at what you've done to me.
Amy, I wasn't actually sorry. Apologizing is just something you have to do. The customer's always right, you know. It's just better for business if you act that way. And besides, other people were watching. I didn't want to look mean.
So you'd rather look like a doormat, then?
I think you're just irritable because you're in pain. Do you need me to go get some ice for your...
Bite? Lawrence bites his lip. I can tell he's trying to keep himself from laughing. That's hilarious.
Some ice for your, butt.
A small giggle escapes, but he quickly slaps his hand over his mouth to suppress it. Ugh, I can't believe you. Now you're laughing at me. Where have I gone? Am I in an elevator now? Without another word, I storm into the walk-in freezer and sit on an unopened tub of ice cream, hoping to reduce the swelling in my butt. What has happened to us? As I wait for the pain to subside, I mull over what just happened. I get the whole the customer's always right mentality, but you can do that without being a tool. He behaved like a child, taking the easy way out rather than standing up for himself. If Lawrence doesn't even have the customer to deal with rude customers, how will he manage other obstacles that come his way? Will he be able to adequately protect and defend me, or will he just roll over? Oh dear. Sorry, Lawrence. It had to be done. I had to be honest with you, so that you stand up to your mom for me one day. What does the outside world look like again? I guess we'll have to go for a run to find out. 2, 4... Actually. Doot. That ought to do it. I hope. Okay. I didn't realize how tired I was. I really needed this. It's normal to be drenched in sweat and feel intense abdomen and leg cramps after only 5 minutes of exercise, right? Too real. I didn't realize how much tension I was carrying in my back and shoulders. It's completely gone now. I always leave yoga in a better mood. Okay. Lawrence is so kind to me again. So, creativity. Write. Poetry. And then decorate. Start. I keep writing the greatest poem ever. Sometimes writing poetry is difficult and painful. That's when you write the best poetry. It invigorates me to tweak decorations. Oh boy, another scene already. Oh! Well, this is new. I hear another page turn as I lay still in bed, my efforts to fall asleep proving fruitless. I have laid my book on the nightstand long ago, thinking I was finally weary enough to retire. Lawrence is still reading his book in his cute pajamas, a collection of poems from T.S. Eliot, also apparently unable to sleep. I change my position slightly, hoping it will help. I love that she's like in a bra and underwear, and he's wearing like full pajamas.
Are you still awake?
Yes. My response is followed with a groan. What poem are you reading?
The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Prufrock is so relatable.
That's not a good thing. I mutter the words as I sit up, finally accepting that I won't be falling asleep anytime soon. I think the light is keeping me up. Can you turn it off?
But I need something to do until I fall asleep.
Can we at least watch TV? That way the whole room isn't lit up?
Alright.
Lawrence reaches for his bookmark on the nightstand and places it in the book before closing it. Good job, Lawrence. I'm glad you don't fold the pages. After switching off the lamp, he positions himself comfortably in the bed and hands me the remote. I flip past several late-night shows. Neither one of us are interested in watching old men interview movie stars, until I land on a movie adaptation of a popular romance novel. I avoid bodice rippers like the plague, so naturally I hadn't read it, but I had seen this particular movie advertised heavily a couple of years ago. This is going to get us into trouble. It's from a well-known author that churns out one cliched romance novel after another, all deeply beloved by 40-somethings trapped in passionless marriages. Oh no, not that movie! This particular one appears to be about a cowboy. Okay. He's wearing a wide-brimmed 10-gallon hate, and I can't read now. Distressed leather boots while straddling a horse, so I assume he's a cowboy. His character is accompanied by a voluptuous, scantily clad woman, sitting behind him on the horse and stretching her dainty arms across his bare chest.
Why did you stop on this?
I can hear genuine confusion in Lawrence's voice. I'm invested in the mystery now.
What mystery?
The mystery of what happened to his shirt. Lawrence quips back.
A coyote probably ate it.
But he made sure to save his hat, because you're not a cowboy unless you have the hat. Our light-hearted joking leaves us both feeling a bit more relaxed, but it's soon replaced with awkward discomfort. We return our attention back to the TV, only to find that the couple on screen have discarded several articles of clothing and begun getting rather intimate. Lawrence's face is just horror. While disgusted, I'm also sincerely impressed that the two of them have still maintained their position on the horse. I wonder how the horse feels about all of this. Could something like that traumatize a horse, or does the horse not know what's going on? My inquiring mind wrestles with such questions, now wondering if such an act is even possible. If so, then they both have crazy awesome balance, I can tell you that. Suddenly I remember that Lawrence is watching too. I turn to see that he's averted his eyes from the screen, now blushing a deep shade of red. Anything related to sex makes Lawrence incredibly uncomfortable, and suddenly I feel ashamed for even stopping on this channel. I can watch such things with ease and laugh at the poor writing or embellished scenes of passion, but Lawrence can't. It almost seems to pain him. How should I alleviate the tension? I don't think we should flirt with him right now. He's, like, in pain. We'll do what we usually do when we're watching it ourselves and just try to alleviate the situation a bit. I hope. I hope that's the right thing. Make fun of the movie. I crack a wry grin. Do you think this counts as animal abuse? Because I don't think the horse consented to that, do you? I can see his shoulders sag a bit as the tension dissolves. Phew.
I don't think that'd be very comfortable. Why would you put the horse through that when you could just do it the regular way? Like, the in-bed way.
Lawrence's eyes skim my body and then finally meet mine. Whoa. Is he suggesting? This is certainly new. Usually I'm the one that has to make all the advances. I stretch my arm out and touch his forearm in order to test my suspicion. He flinches slightly. He always does this when I touch him, but soon I feel him loosen up. Hey! A new kiss though. Heyo. Do you have like the sheets right up to your neck, or what is going on with this bar on the bottom? I lean in slowly and place my lips against his, taking great care to make slow, gentle movements as I interact with him. As I move my hand up to his shoulders, I can sense that he still bears some tension. Though it was like this when we were dating, I had hoped that it would disappear once we tied the knot. Lawrence, unsure what to do with his hands, places them clumsily on my shoulders. Then, apparently not liking that choice, he moves them upward, instead deciding to cut my face. His hands are cold and stiff. I kiss him more intensely and massage his shoulders, hoping to help him get in the mood. Seems to have the opposite effect, however. Darn. Lawrence jerks away from me abruptly.
I can't.
Lawrence's previous brazenness is gone. What lay before me now is a visibly distressed version of him. He appears to be almost be on the brink of tears.
I thought maybe, but I can't.
Okay.
I know that I should. I mean, Mom wants grandkids and all. I just...
Lawrence shudders slightly as red creeps into his cheeks.
It's not your fault, it's me.
It's fine. Take all the time you need. What's the rush, right? We're bound for life, so we've got plenty of time to sort this out. I smile at Lawrence in an attempt to be reassuring.
Thank you. It really means a lot that you're not more...
Forceful?
Yeah, I guess.
We sit in silence for a few moments, but then Lawrence pipes up.
I'm actually pretty tired now.
Me too. I wasn't. I knew that I'd be overanalyzing this for at least another hour, preventing me from falling asleep.
Good night.
Yeah, good night. We settle back down into bed, both of us rolling over and facing opposite directions. It's gotta crack sometime. I mean, you can't resist this. You can't resist this forever, right? Look at this. Clearly, there's something not right here, but trying to pry it out of Lawrence will only cause him to clam up and avoid me. That's the last thing I want. Though it's frustrating, I think it's best that I just keep my distance and let him open up to me when he's ready. Aw, Amy, you're so patient. Good on you, girl, but whew, we got some work to do.